Hi, so this morning I've used the Olaplex number 3, which you put in on damp hair and leave in for a little while. So I put some through and went for my run, and then I got back and I've shampooed it with number 4 and number 5 conditioner. So I've got that all prepped. I've put some John Frieda Extra Strength Frizzies serum just through the ends from about halfway down the hair, all through the ends, just to really soften it and help combat the frizz. I've used Colour Wow Cocktail, again, probably starting from about here, so you don't want any in the roots, all through the ends. And then I've used my Dreamcoat. As you can see, it's already started to dry out quite a lot, so I'm just going to spritz it over. I've already coated my hair, but I just want to spritz it just because it's dried out a little bit too much. It's already started to dry in its natural curls, but I just want to put a bit of direction in it. So I think what I'm going to do today is use the 20ml barrels all over from damp. So I'll go straight in with them from damp. Make sure your hair's really combed through. You don't want any knots in it when you're going in with the barrel, because that would just create tangling. You can see it's just started to knot a bit through the end, so just pop a bit more Dreamcoat on just so it's not too dry. If it's too dry, when you've got natural curls, they would just stay crinkled. So you want it wet enough to hold the curl, but also not too wet so that it doesn't grab the barrel. If it's too wet, it just won't grab. Just really wet those ends down. And I think what I'm going to do is go in with the 20ml barrels, but I'm just going to do some pieces that side, some pieces that side, and then I'm going to switch barrels and then go back in, so I get some going one way, some going the other, so it's a little bit mixed up, and we'll see how it goes. So if I'm going that way, this is the 20ml, it only comes in one size, so this is the long 20ml. They don't do a small 20ml. That's the long 40ml, and I'll just show you the long 30ml for anybody who's not familiar with it. So that's it. So this is the only size they do the 20 in, but it's really good for holding your curls nice and tight. So I'm going to use high speed, medium heat, which is all I ever do, but I'm not going to bother to cool shot it. So I'm literally just going to go in, starting from the top. I always start at the top. If you start at the bottom and then you drop your damp hair down on it, it's going to drop your curls out. So I tend to always start at the top, but I just find that easier. So I'm just going to literally let the barrel grab the hair. So I said, if it's too wet, it won't grab it. So just pull it through as if you were using a blow dryer and a brush, and just really make sure you get those ends in and make sure it's nice and smooth. Just feed it right up to your roots, so you get your roots nice and dry. If your roots get a bit crinkly or frizzy, just feed them onto the barrel a little bit with your fingers. I've also put a little bit of the Michael van Clarke root spray through, the 3 more inches root spray, which I really like. That's nice because it's not sticky, it's not gone tacky, even though it started to dry out a little bit. I'm just going to pick up random sections with this one and then just leave some in between and then come back through with the other side. I'm going to drop it out the way like that. Pick up another section here. I'm going to be quite random with it. Again, just let the barrel do the work for you. By re-releasing it and putting it back on, really make sure you get it nice and dry. The key is to really make sure you've got it dry. If it's not, the curl will just drop out again. Again, just feed your roots round. That'll just help to stop any frizziness at the root. I'm going to do this front one going back. I really am being quite random with this because I want it to be quite, what you can see, because that's quite wet, look. You can see that didn't grab the barrel. If it doesn't grab the barrel, do it in the other method. So hold the hair halfway down and just let the barrel grab the end of the hair. Just leave them as tight as they are though, don't start messing with them. If you start pulling them out, they'll drop. Keep the sections quite fine, you don't want too much on your barrel. The tighter the curl, the less hair you put on the barrel. If you want them looser, just put more hair on. Really get that hair smooth. So you can see I've left pieces out in between, so I'll just come back in with the other barrel afterwards and bring them back the other way to make it a bit more interesting for a change. So this hair I'm doing here is right round from the back. For anyone who struggles doing the back, bring it all the way round to the side. It's a lot easier doing it that way than trying to get your arms in the air. Okay, I'm just going to switch barrels now, and I'm just going to go through those pieces that I've missed. You can pretty much see them. Again, just keeping your sections quite small. I'm going to bring those forward so the air will just suck the opposite direction. Again, keep it right to the root. Shouldn't blow about too much at this stage once you've got it in the curls. You can see the curls are going the opposite direction now. Kind of pick out the pieces you haven't done. As I said, I'm not bothering to cool shop. I'm not going anywhere today, and I don't need my curls to hold particularly well because I'll do my hair again tomorrow. But if you want the curls to last most of the week, then the Cool Shot will really help to keep your curls in. So you can see the curls kind of just cross over each other a little bit. Don't worry if you miss any bits, because once you finish you can just go back through and make sure there's no bits you've missed. You can just do them again. This will give you some height at the crown as well, whether you go forward or back, if you bring it right up to the top. I can feel the root spray working its wonder there, but it's not sticky, it's still nice and soft. So you can see how tight the 20mm barrels are. They're brilliant for giving it a really strong wave. For anyone who's struggling to get their curls to hold, I think the 20mm barrel will really help. Okay, I'm going to stick with this side of the barrel now because this is the one that will go back. If you look at the arrows, they're facing that way. So I'll do the same on this side. I'll just pick up random pieces again and then come back in with the other barrel. Just let those settle. By re-wrapping the hair, you're really getting the air through it, so don't be afraid to re-wrap it to really smooth the hair out and make sure it's fully dry. So essential to make sure it's fully dry. just going to do this front one back, and then I'm going to switch sides. So this is my shortest part of my hair, so I'm just going to use the tip of the barrel just to really get a nice corkscrew there. Okay, just switch barrels and then come back in this side, and any bits I've not done now will come forward. Doesn't matter if the sides don't match, because you want it to be quite a random look. So don't worry if you've done one side more one way than the other, it won't hurt. So just really letting the barrel do the work. It's just grabbing the hair itself now. So you shouldn't find it too difficult to manage. You can see there's just a few bits through the root area that I've missed, so just make sure you pick those up and really get the roots nice and dry. And then when you shake it up afterwards, you'll be able to see the bits that you've missed. So I'll just have a little look. It's probably going to be quite a nice, wild, curly, bouncy look. So what I would probably do now is let this settle a bit, and then check if you missed any bits. If you go and check the back of your hair, it's like there, look, there's a piece there that needs recurling. Probably what I did, if you go over the same piece again that you've already curled the wrong direction, I think that straightens it out a little bit. I think I probably did that with a couple on this side, so try not to recurl the same curl going back the other way, if that makes sense. I think I've got pretty much all of it in, so I'll let that settle for a while and then we'll see how it looks. I'll come back in a bit.